I'm never sleeping, cause sleeping is the cause of your death. Live by the code till I take my last breath. I'm never sleeping. I hustle while you rest. We from the cooking still ain't nothing left.
It's your boy Reality Round Bullard, man. I'm here with another episode of the Reality Round with my co-host
Bosshog215 _ Reality Round. Hey people, we are back. We are back. We had a couple little blips on the radar during the holidays. I don't know what that's for, but whatever. So we back, and we back in the fold. Listen, y'all, come on. We trying to get to the 6K, man. We still stuck at 599, man. We just need 100 more people to get to that 6K. You know what I'm saying? So come on, help us, man. Help us out here. Help us out. First thing we're gonna start off with is breaking news, man. Something really crazy happened today. Very, very vital to our country. And vital just to the way of life, the way I feel. So Trump supporters or Proud Boys or whatever they called, or you can say protesters, however you want to break it down. They stormed the Capitol building and start fucking shit up. So I'm gonna let you start this one off, bro. Let me see how you feel about it.
Some of the fraudest shit you ever want to come across in your life. And the reason why I say it's fraud is because, I mean, this right here, this is taking being a sore loser to a whole nother level.
Yeah.
Game over, man. Shit is a wrap. I mean,
take your ball and go home.
Take your ball and go home. You could cry foul all you want to. Nobody's going to give two flying fucks about it. Shit is over. But I will say this, though. This is what I will say. The act itself that's being committed, what everybody's all up in arms about, they got every right to be all up in arms about. Everybody feels as though, had this been people of color, not just necessarily black people, just people of color in general, this situation would have got handled a hell of a lot different.
Yeah.
It's being handled with kid gloves right now. And that's everybody's issue. See, it's one thing for bias to exist, but it's somewhat covered up, somewhat disguised. But when you see blatant bias, now it's like, yo, nah, man. Just like you blatantly like you're blatantly doing what you're doing, you're going to be blatantly called out. You're going to be blatantly called out because at the end of the day, right is right, wrong is wrong. And this shit right here, this is wrong on top of wrong. And that's reality.
Yeah, no, I was looking at it on the same kind of angle, I guess, just a little bit slightly different. Of course, you know, the people of color thing, I mean, we already know that. I mean, at this point, you're rubbing it in our face. You know what I'm saying? It's like, you know, you can't get no more blatant than this. The way I was looking at it is from a military standpoint, too, because it's like, when they try to coup, basically. They're trying to overthrow the government. That's what I got out of all that. You know what I'm saying? Or stop whatever, overthrow the votes, however they was trying to do it. People get shot for that type of shit, like gunned down. And when I saw the video of the lady being carried down.
Yeah, but wait, though. Hold on. Not to interrupt you, but I did hear, in all fairness, some female did get laid down in there tonight.
Yeah, okay. I heard that too.
So I don't.
All right. We don't know what she did in there either. She could have been in there waving the gun, and you know what I'm saying? She might have shot first.
True. I was going to say that too. I don't know the particulars surrounding that, but that's what I did hear that happened. So I don't know, man.
I mean, y'all in there just blatantly. I mean, y'all sitting in people's desk, and you know, I just don't understand. And the crazy part I took from it was this too. When the Black Lives Matters thing was going on, I think I sent you the picture. The military presence was there. They didn't give anybody a chance. They let them pretty much get in the building, start tearing shit up, and then you call the National Guard in.
Right.
So it's kind of like, well, damn, like, you know what I mean? You know, like, what's really good here? I mean, that's why I said you blatantly rubbing it in our face.
I just feel like there always will be points in times, just like if you play in a video game and you got these checkpoints that you go through while playing the game, regardless of what kind of game it is.
Right.
I feel as though our lives that we live every day also has these checkpoints. This is a checkpoint. It's a reminder. It's a
Right.
reminder of some things that most people try to overlook. You know, they try to go over, under, and around because they don't want to face what's really, you know what I mean?
Exactly.
So, but this right here is a reminder of what is what and who is who. That's all I'm gonna say about that.
Yeah, I mean, I couldn't have said it any better. I mean, you pretty much summed up everything in a nutshell. You know what I'm saying? With that, it's just like, I mean, honestly though, I mean, what are we going to do? I mean, and like I was telling somebody today too, I'm like, look, this is something that has to change over time. It's not something that's going to change automatically, but we need to start seeing the steps. You know what I'm saying? Baby steps. You know what I mean? When you come out the womb, you don't just walk.
True.
It's a process. As you say, it's a process. You know what I'm saying? So this right here will be, I think this has to be the turning point. It has to be.
I mean, it's really, yeah, it really has to be, because when you think about it, right? If a person corners you, and not so much literally, figuratively, if they corner you and say, hey, why is it that when certain groups of people in this world handle things certain ways versus other groups, the handling of the situation is so just like the weight is completely shifted from like a scale, one
Right,
side down, one side up. Why is that? See, you're going to run out of places to run and hide. At a point, you're going to have to just go ahead and say, hey, you know what? You're right. It ain't right. We got to do something about the shit, whatever. It's only but so many places you can run and hide. And I think after what happened today, they have nowhere else. I mean, what you going to say to that?
There's nothing you can say. Like,
nothing you can say other than to acknowledge what's really going on.
Exactly. Hey, this is what's going down. This is what we need to do to begin. I'm not saying we're going to do this and it's going to fix the problem. No, it's not. It's not a car. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not, you know what I'm saying, a piece of electronics. This is the way of life. You know what I'm saying? So you got to figure out a way to start changing it.
No
You know what I'm saying? And also us people of color, whether it be black, whether it be Indian, whether it be Mexican, Puerto Rican, Dominican, you know what I'm saying? Everybody that's not quote unquote, you know what I'm saying, of Caucasian descent, we have to take a step as well.
No doubt.
You know what I'm saying? We got to take a step as well. So both sides got to step up. That's the way I look at it at the end of the day. Both sides definitely got to stand up. But as I always say, don't piss on my leg and tell me it's raining.
Exactly.
Don't do that either. You know what I'm saying?
No doubt.
Sorry. So we're gonna move away from this because it's a serious situation. I don't want to go too deep into it. Right. So now we're gonna jump into the good old life topics. First thing is, are people loyal to you or what you can do for them? I'm gonna take this one.
Mm-hmm.
Very rarely do you find somebody that's loyal to you. Very, very, very rarely. Mm-hmm. For whatever reason, that's a hard thing to come by. You'll meet some people. I'm not going to say all people are unloyal. You know what I'm saying? But again, some people are loyal to a certain point too.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So I would say more or less in my life, in my 39 years on this earth, I find it to be on the other side. People are loyal what you can do for them. Because the minute you can't do for them, that loyalty drops. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't lay out for them.
Hell yeah.
So I'm going to have to say, I think it's the latter, man. I think it's really what you can do for people. Most of the time. Sometimes people are just, you got that connection to where as though it don't matter. And that's who you consider a friend.
Oh, and you know what? And I'm glad you said that, because I was going to say, I consider it to be a 99.99, however many fucking nines you want to add on it. Yes, percent of the time, it's more so about what can you do for me versus me being loyal to you because I recognize the authenticity in you.
Right.
And I'm authentic. I'm genuine. So I want to be in your presence. We should kick it together because we have the same cloth. It ain't that. That ain't it at all. These motherfuckers out here, if they can look out their eyes and they can see where it benefits them to be in your mix, it benefits them to act to to show you an act of kindness today because of what they want from you tomorrow, then they're gonna do that shit all day long. I mean, that's really the real deal, Holyfield. You feel me? Yeah, I mean, facts, man. And it's fucking annoying at the end of the day because it's like, damn, like it makes you ask the question, what happened to all the real niggas? Like, are we like fucking extinct now? Like damn, like it's like
we dinosaurs.
It fucking feels like it. T-Rex.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
it feels like it.
Definitely dinosaur shit because I don't know, man. It seemed like as time has went on, a lot of things that were instilled in us when we were younger, just some people forgot. Some people just said it just to say it, but they never really lived up to it. You know what I'm saying? And then I guess it wasn't brought down to that generation behind us.
You know what? I kind of liken it to something that I was always taught growing up, bro. And I'm not going to do too much with this, but from like a biblical standpoint, right? The devil knows the Bible inside and out. He can quote it from front to back, but he cannot live that teaching. He can't live those words. He could preach it all day. He could talk it to make you think he's a good person, whatever form he takes at that time. He can make you think, yeah, oh man, this is a good dude right here. I mean, we was talking about the Bible, we was talking about the word, but now when it's time for him to actually live those words out, that's when you're gonna see him come up short because he can't.
Right.
He just can't. Or even if he refuses to. He refuses.
There you go. That's what I was gonna say, yeah. You just don't want to.
You don't want to do that. That ain't for him. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So it's the same thing with these clowns out here, and I call them clowns because my thing is, if you going 2-3 steps out your way to fool the next nigga just so you can stab him in his back, yeah, you was a fucking lame. You was a lame ass nigga.
Could have used that energy to do something else for yourself.
There you go. And
you know
that's why, brother, once I find motherfuckers out to be who I found them out to be, I just want them to stay the fuck away from me. And that's reality.
That's real shit. It can't get no better than that, man. It can't get no better than that at all. I mean, you on fire tonight, bro. You summon everything up, man.
I mean, listen, man. I had 2 weeks to prepare.
You know what? We're going to get into that. Don't worry about it. We're going to get into that. We're going to get into that sooner than you think. All right, so this is your topic right here, man.
Oh, hell yeah.
So, a real man would never want a woman playing anywhere around his asshole in any way. So I guess you go ahead and you take that. Let's start it off.
Now, it's something very wrong with that picture. See, there's a fine line in life.
Yeah, there's a lot of fine lines.
A lot of fine lines. But when it comes to this shit right here, man, this line, this line.
Either you is or you ain't. Shit, that's the way I look at it.
It's the difference between being a freak and being a fucking weirdo. And I think a lot of times people tend to kind of blur those lines together.
Right.
Allow me to separate the motherfuckers. To every female out there, if you are currently or in the past have dealt with a guy who act extra cheery and extra chipper when y'all was getting it down and you decided to put your fingers anywhere near his ass crack, and you notice that nigga nutted harder that day than he ever had, that's a problem, bitch. He ain't no freak. He's a fucking weirdo.
Right.
And I'm gonna have to go ahead and call you a weirdo for not understanding that. For having a
fucking... you a weirdo for even trying that man's manhood like that. That's the way I look at it. Like...
Yeah, because you could have got your ass whooped.
Yeah.
And you know, and anybody that know me know I am not a supporter of laying hands on a female. I'm not into that shit. I ain't into it. I don't preach it. I don't think it's funny. None of that shit. So if you hear me saying, "Oh, you could have got your ass whooped," see, there's an exception to every rule.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure. Definitely for sure.
And there's certain things, if I tell you, nah, that ain't it, bitch, you better not try it. Because you might just get broke the fuck up, just like a puzzle set. Real talk. Real talk. I mean, yeah, there's something very wrong with that, homie. It's nothing normal about it. That's some very abnormal shit. That brother got some baggage. He got some bones. We talked about that. About them ravens in the closet. Oh, yeah, this motherfucker, he got ravens, bitch-ass crows. Yeah, fuck crows. That's right. I said it. You got ravens, bitch-ass crows, vultures. You know
wait, time out. Wait. I want you to get back to this. We're going to get back to this crow situation. Eventually, we're going to get back into that. But go ahead, man.
Yeah, I got some more shit to say, too, about that, ironically enough. But, yeah, you're right. We're going to get back. We're going to get back to the issue at hand, though. Yeah, man, like, yeah, it's something very wrong with that. There's something wrong with the motherfucker that allows it. It's something wrong with the bitch that does it. It's just something wrong with two mixed up fucking weirdo motherfuckers together just enjoying each other's company, I guess. I don't know. But that shit ain't for me. It ain't for me at all. And it shouldn't be for any man that considers himself to be a real man. And that's reality.
I feel you on that one, man. I mean... And that's what comes back to my terms. Either you is or you ain't. I don't care what the next person does. You know what I'm saying? It really doesn't bother me at all.
Right.
But don't be up here, you know what I'm saying, talking all this gangster killer shit, whatever, and you know what I'm saying, letting somebody play with your motherfucking dookie shoot. That's not what's up. Like, that's the way I feel about it. I mean, like, I couldn't even imagine. I couldn't even imagine the fact of somebody even, one, asking me, or two, even trying that. Because if you're a man's man, that shouldn't even come across to where as though that's cool for you to try that.
Man, let me tell you, right? I had a situation once in my life. I'm gonna share this with the people. See, this is why I say certain shit might get you beat the fuck up. I mean, bro, this almost made a otherwise good night go left.
Okay.
I ain't know what I was about to hear. I mean, okay. All I'm saying is this: I'm politicking. This was years ago. I'm politicking.
Wait, so was this? No, I mean I don't know about the situation. I'm just trying to put a time frame on it. This expedition days.
I would say nah. Actually,
red or red or gray.
This
was burgundy or gray.
This was
or gold. It could be gold.
It was gold. It was gold.
Okay, all right.
It was gold, no doubt. So I'm politicking with the chick, you know what I'm saying? It's vibing, it's going good.
Okay.
Until she said something that just didn't set right with a nigga at all. I was like, wait, what? Like she come over and she's like, you know what? I said, what's up? She's like, you know those little pickles that you can buy? I said, little pickles. Yeah. The little small, she's like, yeah,
I know exactly what you're talking about.
Like, little small ones. I was like, right. What's up with that? She's like, I got this fetish. Now, when she said I got this fetish,
I know what you thinking. She want to play. I mean, she want to please herself with the pickle. I mean,
brother, we was at that point in my mind. We had just reached a fork in the road.
Okay.
Either I'm going to hear something that's going to be somewhat intriguing to hear, or I'm going to hear some shit that's going to make me want to. Anyway.
Right.
You know what I mean? But
right.
Anyway, I'm like, oh yeah. What's up with them pickles though? What's up? What's up with that? She, yeah, I got this fetish, and I like to like, while the dude is doing him, running down on her, she want to take the pickles on and shove it up the neck. So mind you, she said that shit. I looked at her. I said, I know you're not
asking what I think you asked me.
Listening me with this shit.
Right.
I'm like, I know I'm not about to hear that.
Right.
No, I mean, it's nothing to it. It's cool. I said, man, I said, yo, at that point, bro, I said, all right, listen, dig this. Anybody that know me know I joke around a lot. I'm a silly motherfucker a lot. I said, but I'm 110% serious. Don't play with me.
Right.
Why you getting upset? I said, because I feel like you disrespecting me right now.
Right.
I said, I feel fucking disrespected. I said, I'm not the nigga to be disrespecting. Trust that. I said, so what we gonna do? I said, maybe you did not know that right there was the fucking red zone for me. Maybe you ain't know. See, maybe you mixed me up with somebody the fuck else. I don't know what the fuck happened. But I'm gonna just look at it like this. You had a bad episode and we gonna move on. But let's not revisit that. You know what I'm saying? Let's not do that.
Here's the thing with that, though, bro. Not because I want you to finish this story, but I got to say this while it's on my mind. I hate when somebody try to check your temperature like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. Like, you get the vibes off of certain people. You know when somebody is with something or not when you first filling them out. You know what I'm saying? You ask those probing questions, whatever, things of that way. Don't try to pop this shit up when we ain't about that. I'm pretty sure y'all was probably about to get into something somewhere along the lines. You know what I'm saying? Like, and you just pop up with that? Nah, like, no. Did we ever talk about anything, me being kinky or freaky, whatever you want to call it? Nah. We didn't talk about that. So don't ask me no shit like that. Because you know what the fucking answer is.
And you know what? To further your point, to further it, right? I'm going to say this. Why the fuck would you, being a woman, why the fuck would you even want parts of a nigga that rocks like that?
That's yep.
That's a, man, fuck a red flag. That's a red fucking banner. Fuck a flag. You know what I'm saying? Like,
and that goes out to the niggas too, whatever, who, and I just don't want to say jail niggas, because it ain't all jail niggas, who would rather fuck a bitch in the ass, fuck a female in the ass than get the pussy. Like, something's off with that too.
That's a red flag.
You know what I'm saying? That something's definitely off with that. Because if you just fall in the motherfucker, like, all right, well, everybody done been here, I'm out. I don't need to, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to get mine and I'm out, and then I ain't dealing with it no more. Now I'm going to keep doing it because I'm like, nah, come on, man.
See, when you a kid and you hear certain shit from older motherfuckers, I could see how maybe sometimes if you hear a story or two from an older cat, because you young and you up and coming and you trusting this motherfucker words, I could see how maybe somebody might get kind of misled. And when I say misled, let me clarify that. I ain't saying
clarify that.
Yes. I don't mean misled by the point where you letting somebody stick something up your ass.
Or something to get you furious, more or less.
But you might attempt, like you said, like you was talking about running down on the chick, hitting from, not trying to shove it up her, like you know what I mean? You might have heard, like if you was around some old head that you might admire, respect, or whatever, you might have heard him talk about how, yeah, man, I put it on her ass. I had that motherfucker. That bitch was climbing the walls. Like, now you say
we all heard that, and I've been there. But see, I've had a bad experience with that. So I don't even know. Well, I'll put it to you this way. If a motherfucker, and this is what I learned from my personal experience, whatever, which was the grotesque thing ever in life, probably, that I ever been through. I ain't gonna say the most, but like, the shit took me by surprise. If you're doing it and then they got the shit already, you get shitting on.
Hell yeah.
So that right there with me was like, whoa, no, we can't be. No, I don't like this shit. Literally. I shouldn't even put that out there, but fuck it. We talking to the people, fuck it.
Hey man, listen. That's definitely part that when you list your reasons why you shouldn't take it down that road, that's definitely in the top 5.
Yeah, that's my number 1 at this point in life. Shit.
Yeah, like it's up there. Like whatever else you may come up with, and right. Motherfuckers may actually come up with some other really good reasons why.
Right.
And I mean, think about it too. Back when HIV first hit the scene and took over.
That's how everybody was getting. Yeah.
Everybody was getting it. So like that was one.
Motherfucker was on the down low.
Yes, sir. Made niggas fall back off that whole concept of trying to run down on something in a female ass.
Right.
Man, nah, no thank you. I'm gonna say it one more time. If a man wants a woman to do anything involving his ass, that nigga got a pass.
Yeah, that's definitely a no-go. I mean, especially on the other side of things. Ain't nobody, man, listen. That's do not enter back there, man. Fuck that. Nope. I'm good. Only thing that's coming out of that is my waist. That's it. That's it. Yo, but all right, so I guess we both on the same page. It's a no-go. And like, you know, and if like you say whatever, that's a good point. If somebody's getting some type of weird rocks off with that, you might want to check his background. Just saying, like you might do a motherfucking dookie shoot facts and shit or some shit like that. Has anybody else been in that joint?
Yeah, you know, I mean, has he ever had any kind of anal repair?
You never know. Shit, you know what I'm saying? Like, shit, you know, we in 2021. Shit is wild. I wouldn't be surprised for anything. But moving along. All right, we're gonna get into this next, man. So I'm gonna call it GOAT Talk. We're gonna call it GOAT Talk. A man by the name of Randall. I don't know if that's his real name. I like calling him Randall though. Randall Moss, especially since he's in the media now, said that he felt as though all right. He said that Jerry Rice is maybe third or fourth best receiver ever. I'm gonna let you start this off.
And I think you're gonna do this because I think you feel like right now you got some kind of bombshell shit you gonna drop.
No, I'm really not. I really don't.
But see, I'm gonna tell it like this to the people. There are people out there that know that. People out there know how outlandish this shit is. So much so to the point where it makes you wonder, is that man smoking some type of new crack that got his fucking judgment all fucked up cloudy? I mean, see, I get tired of having these kinds of conversations about players. When it comes to wide receivers that played in the National Football League, well, fuck that, just anywhere. There's Jerry Rice, and there's everybody else.
So you got him with the Michael Jordan type of.
He is in that. He is on that type of vibe, bro. There's Jerry Rice, and then everybody else. I'm sorry, and everybody knows I'm not no Niner fan. That's obvious. But at the same time, though, I mean that man, and you know what? And this is one of the reasons why I respect his greatness level the way I do as well, because when he was playing, I mean, he once called another wide receiver by the name of Mr. Andre Reed the best receiver in the game. I mean, he did that at one time, and I mean, and that. Hold on, don't start it. Don't start. Let me finish. That was I thought that was pretty well received, considering the fact that okay, this is the greatest ever, and at the time when he said that, Jerry Rice was still right there. He was still that guy. He wasn't on no decline or none of that shit. He was still that guy. The funny thing about that is, though, when Jerry Rice was on his decline was still better than a lot of motherfuckers' height. Like, come on, man. Like you cannot. This dude can take a 5-yard pass and turn it into an 80 to 90-yard touchdown, weaving and running through a defense, and he ain't big on the stopwatch. That's the reason why he fell in the draft. Everybody thought he
4.5. I think it was 4.5 or something like that, or 4.6, somewhere between there.
Yeah, it was something like that. It wasn't no good. Wasn't nothing good. But everybody felt he wouldn't have the speed to separate at that next level. Shit. Ask them DBs that had to go out there and guard that man week in and week out that he had the speed to separate. See, there's that track. Fucking
it's the clock and his game speed.
And his game speed. Jerry Rice's game speed was unreal. And Mr. Moss, no one's saying that you was not great, brother, because you were great. I've been fucking with you since you was.
True. Yeah, I can attest to that.
I was a fan, bro. So it ain't that. But if I'm gonna be who I am, if I'm gonna be reality Ron Bullard, if I'm gonna be the man that keeps it 100. And no way in the hell I'm gonna sit here and entertain any thought, any scenario where you're better than Jerry Rice, bro. Stop it. Cut it the fuck out. We ain't gonna do that.
So here's my thing. Now, not to cut you off, because I really want to. I don't want to waste too much time on this. We got a boatload of stuff to get into after this. When I listen to everything that he said,
fuck all
I
that.
get where he's coming from. I'm not. No, hear me out for a second. Hear me out. So when they started doing the comparisons between, it was him and T.O. T.O. said, "No, Jerry Rice is the greatest ever." T.O. would know because T.O. was there with him.
T.O. better have said that.
He was there with him. So
T.O. better have said that.
So, with Randy Moss, it was more or less like, you know, the things he never had to deal with, the defense they had to deal with. He never had to deal with the double and triple coverages.
Whoa! Wait a minute.
I'm talking about scheme wise.
He never
scheme
had
wise.
So
that's true.
Are you? First of all, that's a fucking lie.
Mm-mm.
And I'm gonna tell you why I know it's a lie. When we played, remember the first year we went to the Super Bowl when we played the Giants?
Yeah.
Okay, I put that out there to segue this. Some asshole, and he better be so glad I cannot remember his IG handle right now, as I swear I will expose this fucking moron. But some asshole got on the gram a couple days ago, maybe about a week ago, when all this shit first hit the fan, right? And he had the audacity to say that when Jerry Rice played, all he played against was man-to-man defense.
No, it was still zone. That's a lie. It was still zone.
The Giants had one of the illest zones, that umbrella zone they used to play, where they would give a receiver a 10-yard cushion and come up and just hit the shit out of them.
Right. It was still zones.
It was all kinds of zones and shit. Like, so, but see, the thing about it, Jerry Rice, no matter what you played, whether you played man-to-man, which was a tragedy. If you played zone, he ran all through, found a soft spot, setting them, catch it, speed right back up like he never slowed down. It's no.
But see, no, here's the thing. I mean, you got to think about the zones of even going back to the Moss and T.O. era or whatever. I mean, that's when they started putting two corners right in front of them and then still had safety help over the top. So if you burn that, then that, you know what I'm saying? You know, so I get what he was saying. Like, as far as like a technical standpoint, Rice didn't have to deal with what they had to deal with.
See, I can't see that every time I hear that sentence, I get irritated. I don't believe that. What you mean he didn't have, first of all, let's get one thing straight. See, Moss, I'm not even going to talk about T.O. right now. Moss, bruh, when you running down the sidelines, elevating over people's head, making your catches, the whole you got Moss thing, why is that these zones don't matter then? You understand? Listen, when you beat said zone in highlight real fashion, you don't complain about it. All you want to talk about is how somebody got mossed. But when the zones work, and they worked enough to the point where, as good as you were, you never got a ring, ever. I believe that's really what this is all about, on some real shit.
I don't know.
I do. I feel that, because you know what? You played on a team that went undefeated, but then you lost on the biggest stage. And you know what I say about that all the time. If you can't get it done on the biggest stage, I don't give a fuck what you got done in the regular season. I don't give a fuck what you got done in the offs. If you get on that big stage and you lay a fucking egg.
I get it. I understand it. But I understand both sides. Now, for me to give my answer, I still don't think he's the best receiver ever. But yeah. I'm not mad at him for putting himself up there. I'm not mad at that. You know what I'm saying? Because if you don't have confidence in yourself, then who else can have it? You know what I mean?
But see, there's having confidence, and then there's just being
realistic.
I mean, bro, that shit right there sound like a nigga that just snorted some bad coke. And I'm not. And let me just say this too. I ain't saying that he did any kind of narcotics of any kind, but what I am saying is, if I heard just some random person saying these things and then using this as their argument as to why they believe it, I would just think this motherfucker snorted some bad coke.
I mean, like I said, I get where he's coming. I get him, but I don't agree with him.
I can't get that. I
I
can't
understand it. I get it. Like, it's more or less like, okay, I'm beating 3 people down the field when you possibly had to beat 2. So, I mean, I'm running, and I mean, don't get me wrong. And this is my one knock on Moss, whatever. He was never the guy who could. I'm not saying he couldn't, but I never really saw it at a consistent rate to run the slant. You know what I'm saying, and then break.
That was probably his weakest route.
You know what I'm saying? So,
because he didn't want to get his long-legged ass all. I mean, listen, bro. I'm just calling it like I see it.
I ain't mad at you. I ain't mad at you at all.
That slant, that might have been his weakest route, but we all know Jerry ran those.
That was his bread and butter.
He ran those.
That was his bread and butter. That and post.
So I mean, I don't want to hit. See, my thing is, and you know, I am going to do it.
Wait. You know, another thing he brought up too. Now we're getting into it. Now I'm remembering. Him and Tio kind of agreed on this. Jerry never had, and during his prime, he never had to drop off in quarterbacks. So he went from Montana to Young. I mean, that's what they were saying, which, I mean, okay. Yeah, but...
All right, well, Tio, why you ain't do nothing with the quarterbacks you had when you was in San Fran?
He made Jeff Garcia look good, honestly. Because at the T.O. bounce, he was back to being Jeff Garcia.
Who? Okay. Wait a minute.
He went from being a Pro Bowler to being, just...
See, this is why you got to watch what you say out your mouth, because it can come back to bite you in the ass. So, T.O., when you paired up with Donovan McNabb, y'all went to the Super Bowl together, right?
Yeah, did you see what they still beefing about that? I'm like, it was like 20 years ago.
Yeah, I know, but they both on some other shit with that. That's something. Right. But to T.O., I say, when you teamed up with Donovan McNabb, you went to the bowl. You even had a pretty good day statistically.
He had a great day, honestly.
Yeah, but you never crossed that stripe, though.
He had a great day, man. That wasn't his fault.
Well, why you ain't getting the end zone?
If the play call was not for me, when we down there, and if Donovan ain't looking for me, there's nothing he could do. All he could do is get open. Donovan got to give him the ball.
Oh, well, I mean, shit, he must have done that because he had over 100 yards receiving, so he got him the rock.
Yeah, but he had 14 targets, 9 catches for like 122. I
mean, shit, can get in the end zone?
Make the play call.
See, this is why you got to shut the fuck up. See how your words can come back to bite you in the ass, Mister? He never had a drop off in quarterbacks and all that bullshit. Ain't you the same motherfucker that was crying over it? What quarterback was it you was crying over, Terrell? Which one was it? When he was like, "This is my quarterback."
Was it Romo? I think it was Romo.
Oh, it was Romo. So I mean, come on, like, dog, you gotta watch what you say, because you know what's funny? Before T.O. went there, McNabb did a lot with very little. He never had a number one receiver before Terrell went over there.
That's true.
And when T.O. touched down, the two of them together combined was able to get to the bowl. So
T.O. was the missing link.
He was the missing link. So he need to watch what he really say when he start talking about McNabb, because homie, McNabb knew success before you.
I forgot you was a McNabb fan. All right, go ahead. I forgot about that.
So that's what you trying to do?
No, I'm just saying. It really just clicked in my mind, but go ahead.
When he was at Syracuse, I used to fuck with him real hard.
Yeah, that was your guy.
But that don't got shit to do with what I'm talking about right now.
I'm just saying, though, man. I'm just saying. Like,
it
could be a little slanted. It could be a little slanted here. I don't know.
It's not slanted. I'm calling it like I see it, because T.O. and Randy Moss both need to shut the fuck up. You talking about a man in Jerry Rice,
possibly the greatest football player ever. I mean, that's the way I look at him.
And that's exactly where I was going. That's the avenue I was headed down. He's considered in some circles to be the best overall football player ever, let alone just the best wide receiver. Randy Moss, cut it the fuck out. Terrell Owens, cut it the fuck out. And these other fucking receivers that you tried to place ahead of him, all of y'all, cut it the fuck out. It's only.
I don't think he really placed anybody He said him.
He was
said
like
T.O. was second.
So it got to be somebody else.
That's what I'm saying. He said like third or fourth. He didn't really get into the. He said him and T.O. was his top two, and then he said Jerry lands at third or fourth. He didn't really get into who will be over Jerry. I don't think he could, but
that's a crock of shit. And I think that see, you know what? Sometimes let me tell you what bitch ass niggas do. Sometimes a bitch ass nigga waits his or her turn till they think it's the right time to attack, and then they unleash an all-out assault. Think about it this way, and everybody that's listening to this right now, think about it this way. Over the last maybe what? How many years has he had that You Got Maul segment on TV?
Oh, man, maybe like 5, 6, maybe.
Obviously, I was thinking that. Okay, now looking at it this way. This is 2021. So if you count back 6 years, what's that?
Let's say 2015, 2014, somewhere between there.
Okay. So now you figure like this. From that year right there, any young football fan, they knew of Rice, but they ain't never seen Rice play.
True. You had to go to YouTube.
Right. So you would have to look up YouTube highlights, that's another conversation for another day, but that part. But my thing is this. His little segment came out. It came out in it was in like the now happenings of the world with the social media, and everybody knows about that whole You Got Moss thing. So now anybody that never saw him play is going to look him up and see how he used to do his one-handed catches and all that shit and all that. So they see that and be like, yo, Randy Moss used to be the man. He was nice.
Yo, wait a minute. I gotta ask you a question though. And something else just clicked in my head, and you're gonna follow me on this one. Trust me. Mm-hmm. Didn't you start that term?
See, I ain't even want to get into that.
No, I just really thought about that. Like, no, real shit. I really just thought about that.
I didn't even want to get it. See, it wouldn't be the first time I think some of my shit done leaked out here, and niggas are fucking around with it. But you know, it is what it is. I ain't even.
But I'm not off, right? I'm correct.
You ain't off at all.
Okay. All right.
At all, homie. But you know, I know the average motherfucker hear that because you know motherfuckers are so. Oh man, especially on. Cats is so quick to jump on the next nigga dick online and ain't even funny. One of the things that annoys the shit out of me, I know this is kind of off topic a little bit. I ain't gonna sway too far over. When a motherfucker jump right out their mouth and say, "You ain't got the money, he." I'm like, whoa.
What does that even matter?
Is you really counting that man bread?
Not even that. It doesn't even matter. I can attest to that because that was going on around. It was definitely. Shit, it might have been fucking Marshall days. When I think about it. At least Marshall going into at least his rookie year. I know somewhere between his senior year at Marshall and his rookie year with the Vikings, you were saying that. I could be off, but I think that's around the time.
You ain't wrong, bro.
So you got to think that's what shit. Damn, 98. He came in the league 99 or something like that.
Something like that. So
we talking about 20 years. Yo, give my man his fucking money, dog, for real, man. Yo, I'm about to tag Randy Moss, yo. My man deserved that check.
You know what? And he gonna act like you speaking another language, bro.
I wish we had the footage back then.
Oh, brother, you don't understand. Because I remember the first time I heard that shit. It was like I did one of these, like.
But if you say it to somebody that's around you, wouldn't know. Like, man, I was saying it like, yeah, whatever, nigga. But you really was though. Like,
it's crazy. But I think he used that whole stage, that whole You Got Moss stage. He used the years that it's been building momentum till it got established, and now he's unleashing his verbal assault because he wanted that shit he's saying about Rice now. He wanted to say that shit back then before that shit even kicked up. Believe that, but he didn't have no. He felt like he didn't have no positioning. He think he got that positioning now.
Oh, let's see. He had no skin in the game. Okay, all right.
So now all of a sudden, you you make that comment now about him being the greatest. You got probably some kids who was still in a ball sack when Rice was wasn't even in a ball sack, probably still wasn't even a thought.
Right.
When Rice was playing, and they probably was still in the nut sack when Moss played. So it's like,
think about it this way, whatever too. I mean, even and I want you to watch that, Joe. I'm gonna send you the link to where it kind of starts off, so you ain't got to watch the whole exact thing. But it gets kind of deep because even T.O. said something that made sense too. He was like, damn, because Randy Moss asked him a question, and this is getting off the Rice thing, but it's something that's really real. T.O. was like, damn, because Moss was like, well, I felt some type of way you didn't show up to the Hall of Fame induction. He was like, I thought it was because of me. And I'm like, nigga, you really on your own dick that bad? Like, the man didn't go, and then T.O. got into the story of how that wasn't his first time being up to go into the Hall. He said he went twice, and they played him twice. He was like, I'm not going back. I've been here twice.
Wait. Randy Moss said that he thought T.O. ain't go because of him?
Yeah, remember the whole Moss and T.O. was beefing, and they both said it wasn't no beef. Like, we really didn't even know each other.
Okay. All right.
You know what I'm saying? He was like, I thought it was because of me, and maybe, you know what I'm saying, because I was the first ballot, you know what I'm saying, and you didn't make it your first time. And T.O. was like, oh, nah, like, it was 2 times it happened to me. You know what I'm saying? He was like, I was up way before because he retired before Randy.
Right.
I don't know what the fuck that's about. But yeah, that's coming up next. First thing that's coming up next, actually. So they go through that, whatever, and T.O. was pretty much saying, like, he was like, I didn't understand how you were getting all this praise or whatever when the same things I did, being an asshole per se on the field, whatever, you did them too. He was like, oh, but you got into the media space. Now you're the media darling. I was out the game. I was just doing me. Mm-hmm. So then it became a thing about that. And I'm like, damn, T.O. is right, though. Like, Randy Moss was an asshole. He was. Yeah. He got caught smoking weed. Remember, he hit the cop with the car. Then he did mooning in Green Bay. All that type of stuff, whatever. And it was kind of like, and T.O. was like, I didn't understand. He was like, it wasn't towards you, but I didn't understand the process of the Hall or whatever, of you getting the first ballot and getting right in. And I had to wait. He was like, so I just did my own thing as I've been doing.
They made a couple people unjustifiably wait to get into that hall, man. I don't know what that's that right there. That's a future topic.
Yeah,
Why?
You know what?
Yeah.
Episode 33. We're gonna jump right in that. But my thing is this though, whatever. I just didn't like the fact that Randy Moss saying that on T.O.'s podcast, and I'm like, dude, you really on your own dick right now, like, seriously. Like, why would you think that man wouldn't? Even if y'all had beef, that's his day as well. So it had to be something deeper than that. That's what I would have thought.
Yeah, it's so sad.
You know what I'm saying? So to put it in short, we both agree Randy Moss is tripping. He is not the best receiver of all time.
Man, that he ain't just tripped. He done tripped, fell, and split his fucking.
Oh man! All right, so we are winding down right now, but this one's going to be kind of a thick topic. NFL playoffs start this Saturday. I'm so excited. I can't lie, I'm excited. I've been waiting for this. First up, the guy who has all that shit on over there, whatever, his team plays the Colts at 1. Y'all play at 1, right?
1 o'clock, which is a
Saturday,
joke.
right?
Yeah, we should have been a prime time game, but that's another story for another time.
That's cool. I mean, hey, listen, get it out the way early. Y'all can go and celebrate if y'all win.
All right, wait, whoa, come on, man.
I'm just saying, it's a possibility. I mean, any given Sunday is a tournament. In this case, any given Saturday. Like,
listen, bro, listen. I'll be the first one to say, any given day, a team can go down. But if we come out there on that field, and we got our guys out there on the field, and we come out and we execute the game plan that we're putting forth this week leading up to the game, I really feel right along and now that we are capable of destroying anybody you put in front of us. I don't give a fuck who you call. I don't give a fuck about that. I don't give a fuck. That don't matter. It matters not. Matters not. None of that matters to me.
Sheesh. Talking big shit right now, homie. You talking real big shit.
Just saying, bro.
You talking real husky right now, man. Okay. Well, I mean, be that as it may, whatever. I got to give y'all props. I mean, y'all are the second seed for a reason. You are playing Phillip Rivers, so that's always a plus. I got to give y'all the nod versus the Colts. I will really give, honestly, with them deep, all jokes aside, I would give y'all the nod against versus the Colts.
You ain't got too many choices.
See, now when I try to be humble, you make man. I swear, bro. If anybody know us too, whatever, this is never going to stop. Apparently, so I guess I gotta just wait till we bust their ass a little bit later on this maybe the next week or two. All right. So Steelers versus the Browns. How do you feel about that one? I'm up in the air right now.
You know what? I am also, because let's just be real about something. The Steelers lost 3 games in a row. They could have easily lost the 4th if the Colts wasn't who they. I mean, hopefully they'll bring that same kind of mentality to Buffalo on Saturday. But they could have very easily lost 4 games in a row, man, easily.
And with Big Ben,
with Big Ben, so unless the Steelers got something up their sleeve in terms of their approach coming into the playoffs, because they've been passing. Unless they're about to come out and just become all of a sudden a running team again, and see, as last time I checked, it don't work like that. You know what I'm saying? You just can't.
You are who you are at this point.
You are who you are. So, I mean, man, it's really going to come down to whether or not I think the Browns can control the game on the ground.
Yeah, for sure. They got probably. I mean, I think we had that conversation. I'm not going to get too deep into it, but I mean, that's one of the best running games in the league, honestly. Like,
if they're able to control the clock, and could see, and one thing, if they could keep by them running the ball with Chubb and Hunt, now Ben is on the sideline.
Yeah.
So I mean,
I think the one knock on the Browns right now at this point in time, if their coach is not there, I don't know, because sometimes, it could be a snap decision. If he's not there, and the fucking special teams coordinator is calling all this shit, that could be fucked up.
It could be.
That's where I'm kind of like leaning towards. If the head coach was there, I would say, you know what? I would give Cleveland a win. I would.
Taking that into consideration, the Steelers are at home. It's hard to say, man. And then too, you don't know what version of Baker Mayfield is going to show up too. That's
man. Is this the let me break open the beer can, fuck the world, Baker Mayfield, or is he going to be focused? You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's a twist too. Like, you can run the ball all day, but you got to throw the ball at some time. And if you throw them, you can go. Let's just say he has a game 20 for 32, which is not a bad game. It's not a great game either. But if he has 2-3 interceptions in the playoffs, you're not going to win that game.
Well, you know what? I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna give the edge to the Steelers just because they're home and they got their coaching staff in place. I mean, it's not.
That's where I kind of was leaning because of the fact that we don't know. Now, there's another thing though. Whatever this is where it's why it's so up in the air for me. If Stefanski goes ahead and say, "Listen, this is the game plan. This is what we doing for the first quarter," and they come out there and bomb them, the game might be over right there too. If he pulls all the stops out and he's not going to be there, look, this is what we going to do. This is how we working it. Go out there and execute. It could work. It could. But then again, like I said, sometimes it's snap decisions that, had to be made throughout the game. That's the reason why he's the head coach.
Right.
Not motherfucking Mega over there talking about, I'm going to go get Marlo. No, you can't go get Marlo no more. Can't do it. I don't know why that's stuck in my head these days. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, like,
Nah, that's real though.
So all right. So I'm gonna say, my honest opinion is a push. I can't call
it. Yeah, I'll go with that. I'll say that too. I'll call that a push because it really could literally go either way.
Mm-hmm.
It could, because like I said, if they're able to run the ball and control the clock and keep Ben on the sideline, they could steal that game. Or Ben might come out, spread them out, throw all over the. I mean, you never know. He might turn the clock back Saturday. Who knows? Or Sunday.
Man, I think that clock is broke.
Damn. All right.
That's just me, though. That's just me. I mean, I'm sorry. I think they just start looking for a replacement ASAP Biondo.
Whatever happened to fucking Duck Hodges? Where that motherfucker? The boy, the quarterback they had there last year when Ben was hurt. The guy that was, I mean, he had one.
Oh, Mason Rudolph.
No, not. I mean, wait, maybe it wasn't last year. It might have been the year before last. It wasn't Mason, not Mason. I'm talking about Duck Hodges. When we went up to Pittsburgh and played them. I think it was a Sunday night game in Pittsburgh. And they had this quarterback by the name of Duck Hodges.
Who the fuck is that?
Bro, they had won a couple of games under him. They had won a couple of games.
I don't know who that is, yo.
And everybody, I mean, they was all so hype about this guy. It was Duck Mania. And now that motherfucker just gone. It's like he never was even in Pittsburgh. Look it up.
Might have been the guy walking past the stadium. I mean, he might have threw a rock at something. Like, you want a job? Come here.
Wow.
So I don't know who the fuck a Duck Hodges is. The only person I know they had was the bull from Tennessee. And I don't know what happened with that. You know what I'm talking about, the quarterback.
Dobson, I think his name is?
Yeah, Josh Dobson, yeah. They had him, and then all of a sudden Mason Rudolph showed up, and then Dobson, I think he might have went, because remember, he was like a rocket scientist or something like that. I think he might have, he was like really smart. Like, he was like a rocket scientist, and I think he went ahead and pursued that after Mason Rudolph showed up. I don't know. I'm just saying. Either way, I mean, like I said, I'm giving it a push, and the next game would be, and this is for the AFC, the next game would be Tennessee and Baltimore. You already know how I feel about this, but I'm just going to say it for the people. Ravens ain't winning. They just not winning. I don't see it. Mar's cool, it's all fun and games. I'm getting a little sick of his ass, honestly. But I just think my MVP, and I think he's going to get robbed because they always going to give it to a quarterback. I think Aaron Rodgers is probably going to win the MVP because of the way he finished the season out. But I think, in my personal opinion, Henry finished the season out even stronger. We're having 250 to go over 2,000. You know what I'm saying? Like, boy, he is everything for that offense. He is.
And see, like I said before when we talked about this game, it's almost like because of the way Lamar plays the game, it's almost like a battle of two running backs. But see, Lamar has the edge because when the play starts, he has the rock in his hand right from the rip. The quarterback is always handling the ball. So
right.
I'm going to tell you like this, Tennessee defensively, I mean, not to suggest in any way that their defense is sweet, not saying that, but is that defense up to the task? Because believe you me, if Lamar Jackson sees lanes, he's taking off.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, that's what he does.
He's going to run far more than he throws. So are they going to be disciplined enough? Are they going to be up to the task to make sure he can't do that? Are they going to be able to keep him in the pocket, make him pass from the pocket, and beat them that way? Now, if they're capable of doing that,
way you beat. Yeah, and that's the way you beat them. So it depends. I mean, honestly, the way I look at it is Tennessee defense is not the greatest, but it's okay. I think they can do the job. For 1 week, for one game, I think they can do the job.
There's two ways you can look at that. You can say that, but then you could also turn right around and say because their defense is not that unit,
right?
Lamar could go out there and go the fuck off and control the tempo of that game. Because see, all it would take is for him to make one spectacular play while extending, while running around. Right. Maybe he's running right. A receiver break off and cut back across the field. He hit the receiver in stride, and the receiver take it to the. See, some shit like that starting happening. Now, all of a sudden, every little movement he makes, you overreacting to it. And he's ripping off big runs. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, he could shift the defense to how he wanted to be.
Exactly.
I get it. So, I understand it. But if you put the ball in King Henry's hands, man. And on the Titan side, of the ball, this is what I would do. We're gonna run, play action, run, play action, run. Like you gotta. I need Derrick Henry to have 40 carries in that game. If that's the case, that defense gonna get wore down, and as he always does, it seems like this year, to the house.
I'm gonna go on record as saying I see the Ravens in the upset in that game. And I'm gonna tell you something else too. I think is gonna happen. I think the real Tannehill gonna stand up too.
We made him stand up last year in the AFC Championship game. So like, it's more about Henry than it is Tannehill. We know that. Now Tennessee can't. That's the type of offense to where you cannot play from behind.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? You got to be in control of the game from the beginning, and then lean on them.
Let's see. Here goes something else too. Look at it this way, right? And the reason why I brought Tannehill up is because if by some chance, if the Ravens are controlling the run game early, and if they get on top of the Titans early, you said it yourself just now. They're not really a come from behind kind of team. They have to play with ball control and they like to slow the tempo and all that kind of shit. So, I mean, I got a feeling if they're put in that situation, you're gonna see Tannehill just be who he is.
A wide receiver? All right.
Yeah, I mean that's how he started. He started off with that. Motherfuckers forget that.
Yeah, for sure. All right, so you going with the Ravens, it seems like. I'm going with the Titans. I'm documenting this too after this app. I'm documenting everything because we're gonna do a recap. We're gonna do a recap. We got to
document it.
All right. So now we're gonna move over to the NFC. And this should be faster because I don't really care what happens over here. The Saints and the Bears. Tim, if you're watching, y'all ain't winning. Sorry. It's not gonna happen.
Damn.
I'm just saying, like, honestly, I don't see them. It's too much I mean, the whole running back corp didn't play last week because of some COVID stuff. Breeze is playing on like a mended elbow the same way with Benton. That's why I said I think both of them should retire after this year. Malcolm Thomas, where is he at this year? Who knows?
They say Breeze is.
That's fine. He hasn't been the same since like 17. So we're past the Breeze that everybody's scared of. We really are. And I think the Bears coming a little bit hungrier because Trubisky, I think, is playing for something right now. And it looks like David Montgomery is out of nowhere becoming a running back that he should have been last year during fantasy. I don't know what happened with that. And Allen Robinson seems like he's all right, man. So, I'm going to say the Bears. And you got to find somebody to block Khalil Mack, too, because he might just go off.
Now, that was of everything you just said, that was my biggest concern in that game for the Saints. From that perspective, Khalil Mack, knowing that Khalil Mack is capable of single-handedly destroying a game plan.
Yeah, dominating the game.
He can do that. He has done it. I mean, nobody can deny it. If you try to down.
He's been kind of quiet, too. This would be the perfect time for him to bust out.
It definitely will. It definitely will be the perfect time. So, I mean, but you know what? I'm going to
go with the front runner. I get it. You're going with the front runner.
No, I'm gonna go with the Chiefs. Wow, excuse me.
I'm gonna go with the Chiefs. Oh wow, okay. We on that brain. We on that brain right now. That's what I'm talking about.
That's because you cut me off and say that front runner shit. That's what happened there. And when I looked up,
I'm just saying.
I saw that fucking arrow.
We on that brain, baby. That's what's up.
You ain't on shit. Y'all ain't on nothing. But anyway, as I was saying, I'm a lean toward the Saints.
Okay, that's respectable. I mean, they are the higher seed. They are, going by records. They should win. And
but you right about It's nothing to take light. I'll say it that way. They better come in there focused. They better come in there ready to play.
You got to come in there and step on their necks and get it over with.
Yeah, you have to.
You know what I'm saying? Put them down early.
Because if you
letting them hang around, and then protection start breaking down, and then you can't run the ball, and we've seen it all before. So shit, I wouldn't be surprised, but I'm going with the Bears. Matter of fact, I'm going on DraftKings and betting on the Bears. That's what I'm doing.
Man, okay.
All right, the next matchup, which is a weird one, the Seahawks and the Rams. How the fuck did Rams get in? But all right,
I like the Seahawks.
Yeah. I just think I'm not a Jared Goff fan. I don't believe in him.
Is he even playing?
Oh shit! It's thumb. Yeah. Oh yeah. That's a wrap. That's a wrap.
Yeah.
That's a wrap. I don't think he could play. I don't think so. I forgot about the thumb injury. I forgot about his thumb injury, bro. I really did.
It sounds like you started to say Thurman Thomas just now. What's that about?
Thurman Thomas? What? Anybody got no man? That shit was like 50 years ago. Nobody worrying about no goddamn Thurman Thomas, man. What the hell are you talking about?
It sounds like you started to say Thurman just now.
No, you was trying to catch me up in something, whatever, because you just said the Chiefs blatantly.
You said Thurman, then you went to thumb or some shit. I don't know what the fuck you had going on.
He got a thumb injury, yeah. That's what I was trying to get out.
Yeah, well, why was you saying Thurman?
I wasn't saying Thurman. All right, I forgot about Jared Goff's thumb injury. That's what I forgot about. Okay.
Yeah, after you was too busy worried about Thurman. But go ahead.
Wow. Okay. You know what? I ain't even gonna say nothing. I could say something right now, but I'm not. You know what? In the sake of time, I'm not gonna do it because it's gonna take this episode left. But that's cool. All right. So we both going with the Seahawks then.
And we going with the Seahawks, and we going on record as saying that Barry Word had a fucked up hairline. Go ahead.
That who?
Barry Word.
What the fuck, Barry? Chiefs is on the brain right now, dog.
Oh,
wait. Talking about hairlines.
I said that.
Did Thurman even have a fucking hairline?
Nah, he's rocking the baldy.
No, he wasn't rocking no baldy. That shit left him in like 9th grade, dog. Come on, man.
He was rocking a baldy, bro.
Come on, man. No, man. You ain't gonna talk about hairlines when Thurman shit was all jacked the fuck up.
Yeah,
back the fuck up like Samuel L. Jackson, niggas.
Bro, I'm trying to tell you.
You remember that one?
Listen. I'm trying to tell you, his shit wasn't like that. His shit was bald. He was cool.
Nah,
but Barry Word.
That shit was like construction on 95, like a 95 exit on construction. That shit was everywhere. Like, come on, man.
Barry Word shit looked like a lot of tech to print out.
All right, man. Listen, look. For the sake of time, we moving on, man. We ain't nobody talking about no Barry Word. Why are you even talking about Barry Word? Like, come on, man.
Man,
So look, right. So the next matchup would be I don't even know how to. I'm just gonna call them the Washington football team. They don't even have a nickname no more, so you got to call them the whole thing. Versus the Bucks, your boy Tom and them. Be honest, how do you see that game go?
I mean, honestly, I see the Bucks winning that. Honestly, but It wouldn't surprise me if the football, because you know what the thing is, their strength, that front four, can cause problems. And Brady, if they could get to Brady early in that game's going to be interesting. Even if they still lose it at the end,
it's going to be closer than what everybody thinks.
Right.
I think it's going to be closer. I think it's going to come down to a few key plays.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Because, well, the one thing I can say is Chase Young done messed up and called Brady out. Like, oh, yeah, Tom, I see you and all that. But he came back and didn't back down from it. He said, well, Tom is the GOAT. Nobody's saying that, whatever. I want to play against the best. I'm not backing down from what I said. Okay, young boy, but you got to understand this playoff football, and niggas might start coming at you. You know what I'm saying? So.
Well, you know what? As long as he can get Tom on the ground a time or two, it'll all be all right. Just do your part now.
You just want to see Brady get hurt. I mean, that's basically what it is.
Oh, no. I don't want to see him get hurt.
Yeah, you do. Yeah, you do.
Not hurt, but I definitely want to see him get sacked a couple of times, but not hurt.
You want to see him get hurt. I mean, that's his bottom line. That is what it is.
No, I would never wish that on no player, man.
All right, so you know what? How about this? You going with the Bucks, I'm going with the Bucks. Right?
No doubt.
Okay. All right. So moving right along here. We are in actually, man, we at the goal line right now.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
We are at start, bench, and cut. We brought it back.
Mm-hmm.
This is the GOAT Center edition.
Mm-hmm.
So we got the Diesel, Superman. We got the Dream, and we got Goggles. You want to start this one off?
Because I'm gonna be real quick and swift with mine.
Go ahead.
The Dream start, the Diesel sits, Goggles kick rocks.
I guess we're on the same type of time. I can't really say. I was expecting something different, but yeah, I mean, you got to start Akeem. You got to bench Shaq because I ain't got no time for his free throw problems. And I just don't understand why. And you know what though? It could be a generational thing. Everybody, these old heads like this love Kareem. Man, Kareem was dope. Fuck him, man. He wasn't really shit, honestly. I mean, I'm just saying, like, you know.
He did have that one. He had that one move nobody could stop, bro. I mean, that sky hook when that thing was dropping, he was knocking that shit down from 3-point land on the baseline.
That's cool. Fuck all that though. I mean, really, fuck all. Like, if he would have played against a Shaq in his prime to be able to give it, nobody can really give it back to Kareem though. You know what I'm saying? He didn't really have to guard nobody that was going to wear him down. When you think about it.
Well, if he would have had to body up with Shaq, he definitely would have known he was in a fight. That's for sure. Like because Kareem was just long and lanky, angular.
Right. So I think David Robinson would have gave him work.
Yeah. Like anybody, any player that had some kind of physical presence about themselves would have given him an issue because, like I said, he was tall, he was angular. He wasn't. If Shaq wanted to move him out of the way, he wouldn't have had no choice but to move. He just point blank, period.
But think about it too, though. Whatever that wears you down. So when you come back up down the court, what you gonna do then?
That's why I didn't understand why he played Dr. J and blew his ass out like that 1-on-1. Remember they did that a couple years ago when it was like a pay-per-view joint. Kareem and Dr.
I do remember that. Yeah, I do remember that.
Beat Doc like 40-6 or some old stupid shit like that. I mean,
you're 7'1" playing somebody that's 6'6". Come on, man.
I mean, I just didn't understand why the game took place. I just from what I understand, because I ain't rent the shit. I didn't get it, but from what I understand, it was like skyhook just dropping. I mean, that shit was just dropping, bro.
I mean, at the end of the day, whatever. And then, I mean, New Jersey fucking, what was I calling him? New Jersey hairline and shit, whatever. The state board of New Jersey hairline. He didn't really have no offensive game. So, like, you kind of you cherry pick. You cherry pick, dog. Come on. You did. You cherry pick.
Hey,
You know what I'm saying? Fuck Doc too, man. Like that's another motherfucker, man. I put him and Kareem in the same fucking boat just because of the. You know what? I ain't even gonna do this. I did enough of that already. Okay, I did enough for that. I'm not doing it no more. I promised myself I wasn't gonna do it. I'm not doing it because I can start. Yeah. Okay. All right. So, man, another episode in the books.
Yes, sir.
Episode 32, man. Episode 32, man. It was great. It's great to get back on this joint with you, man. We're gonna come with some more heat. Mm-hmm. It's up to you, man. Close it down, bro.
Well, once again, I want to say how much we love y'all for kicking it with a couple of brothers who put it down like no other. It's your boy, Reality Ron Bullard, my man, Chris Black. When you need a reality check, the Reality Room is where you want to be at. We'll be back next week, God willing, in the building, and that's reality.
I'm never sleeping, cause sleeping is the cause of your death. Live by the code till I take my last breath. I'm never sleeping, I hustle while you rest. We from the cooking still ain't nothing left.